Good morning. My name is Rachel, and I am the Thrifty Crocheter. Now, something I just recently got myself back into loom knitting, and I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but if I have, I apologize. Here's one of the smaller looms, and I'm just taking some leftover yarns and making I can't talk straight today. Make a scarf. The thing is it makes it's dual-sided. Because see, you have stitches along both sides here. And I'm just kind of going zigzag back and forth, make like little 8s around each one. And then it's real easy. It doesn't take long for your project to start showing as you go. And just kind of having fun with it. It's almost done. It's not quite done, but it's almost done. And I mean, it's not anything real pretty, but I'm just kind of getting back into it. I have lots of projects, a lot of little projects that need to be finished. A couple of them are ones that I was showing you as tutorials that I need to finish up. Put them in my done pile. And there are some other projects that I want to show you. I have a great zoo of kits that really need to be done so I can get them done and out of my craft room. Think about buying like a little crate, and that could be my zoo. That's like it's the cage that all the zoo animals go into. Because I like to call them stuffed animals instead of amigurumi, which is the word that they use, but I prefer to call them stuffies or stuffed animals. If you want to call them amigurumi, go right ahead. But I prefer to call them stuffed animals. Anyway, and I've seen a lot of different tutorials on loom knitting, whether it's scarves, one I'm thinking about doing with the dollar store yarn that I just purchased last week. I want to make a 10-stitch blanket. And you start with your 10 stitches, and then you gotta make a corner, and then it goes around, and it kind of circles around like this when you make a 10-stitch blanket. So I want to do that. I think that's going to be just gorgeous. But with some things though, this one I had to because the one yarn was thicker. But a lot of times with these looms, you have to use thicker yarn, so I can put other colors together with one of the pounders. You can use up the Dollar Tree yarn with the pounder. Also, I did show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do this again, only I'm going to wait till it gets all the way down to the bottom, and then I will show you how to circle it up so that it makes it into like a hot pad. Sometimes those can be a little tricky to use sometimes. Or if you have like a old wooden spool like this, and then I just nailed some little nails in there. You can do the same thing with this. Although I don't think I would do it with this one because it looks like somebody has here. Yeah, let me see it better. Because you can see somebody before me has just like really messed up the nails there, so I don't know that we'll use this one again. Which is kind of a shame. Though I do have a matching one where they are straightened. So and I do have a lot of different things going on up here that I want to do. It's just, I got to set aside time. Okay, we're going to do this one next. We're going to do this next. It's a process. This is my first year of doing YouTube videos. I just started in Easter, so I'm still learning. Sorry. And today is the 18th. Ask to receive. That's the 365 days of kindness. Oh, by the way, over the weekend, before I started reading, over the weekend I got really tickled. Sunday, okay, when you're doing videos, people can make comments to your videos. One of the people that made a comment was one of the people that I watch, and I was just like, I am so tickled because she watches me. And then this morning I got tickled again on another person's live, and they were telling me that their friend or family member watches me, and she was inspired to do daily devotions because of my devotions. And I was just like, yay! I was so tickled. But thank y'all. I thank everybody who watches me. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are amazing. There are some really amazing people out there, folks. A lot of different crocheters and knitters, loom knitters. And a lot of people, some people just do one or the other. Some do multiple crafts. And I applaud each and every craft that there's out there. Like the one I was talking about that I saw in the live this morning, not only does she crochet, but she was talking about this, and it almost made me cry, because when she makes these quilts, and my mom, some of you know, she passed away in June, and when I was a little kid, and there's pictures of me when I was like a toddler, I think, and where she made this dress for me and my doll baby. We had matching dresses on, and we're sitting in my little rocking chair. And she also used to make curtains, and she used to make some of my clothes and her clothes. And then when I was a little kid, she started making this quilt. And then when I was like a teenager, I think like middle school, high school, I added some squares to it. And it's packed away in a box somewhere at my dad's house. And I don't know where it is because it got long put away years ago. It breaks my heart not knowing where it's at, because I would love to add to it and get it have it finally be done. Although I wish she could have done it, but long before she died, she quit sewing, and I don't think she would have been able to sew because she had lost memory on how to use her machine or even how to hand sew. So, but I would love to have seen it get done, because it was just a memory, and it just reminded me of her. And and I don't want them to feel bad, because they didn't make me feel bad. It was just a neat memory to have. But anyway, back to my devotions. 365 days of kindness. Ask to receive. Until now, you have asked for nothing in my name. Ask and you will receive, so that your joy may be full. So that your joy may be full. That your joy may be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another, that your joy may be full. I'm sorry, it reminded me of that song. I know I don't sing well, so I apologize. John 16:24. Is there something you feel you are missing out on right now? If you think of one thing that would help you feel better today or this week, what would it be? You might be thinking of some delicious food to cheer you up, or a rest from all your work. You might just need some time away with no one around to demand things of you. Perhaps you are lonely and in need of a companion. These are the things that Jesus wants you to ask him for. Too often, prayer is our last resort for trying to get what we really want. Prayer might not give you the immediate thing you ask for, but it will fill your heart with peace and joy and the grace to wait for the things you desire. Ask today in Jesus' name. Act of kindness. Leave a box of goodies in your mailbox for your mail carrier. Now that's interesting. I think I would do that if I knew the timing of my mail carrier. Because especially whether it's in the dead of winter or in the height of summer, there's certain things you probably would not want to put in your mailbox. But every now and again, I guess you could put something special in there, as long as you did it right before they come, or as you see them, or if you're home, you happen to see them coming down the road. Like some places your mailbox is on the street, and other places your mailbox is on your house. Mine's on the street, so I'd have to watch for them coming down the road to hand it to them, or if you see them come up to your porch to put the mail in, you could hand it to them. Depending on what kind of mailbox you have. That could work. But not for every mailbox. I know. Like mine's on the street, and it has the front where the mailman puts the mail, but then it also has a place on the back. So like if I walk to my house, I can open it from the back side if I want to. But, not every mailbox is made like that, But, I don't know. And some have, like I said, some are on the street and some are on your house. So it just depends on what kind of mailbox you have. So that may work and may not work. Today's the 18th. Now we're doing the one for grandmothers. Truly the light is sweet, and a pleasant thing it is for the eyes to behold the sun. Ecclesiastes 11:7. Driving the Southern California freeways during rush hour is a test of true grit and something to be avoided if at all possible. Oh, before I even get into the rest of this, last night, I'm talking about traffic on a highway. I have to travel the highway when I go back and forth to work. And last night when I came home, I hadn't gotten home yet. After I left work and I was on my way home, maybe a fourth of the way home. I haven't gotten halfway home yet. And I didn't see the accident happen, but there was already an accident, and I was like probably 40 cars, at least 40 cars away from that accident. So they had traffic backed out this way, and behind me they had stopped traffic going the opposite direction. About after an hour, they were starting to let traffic go in the opposite direction, and then it was starting to frustrate me into the second hour because I was like, okay, they're letting this traffic through, but they're not letting us through. We weren't moving. Like our side that was going this direction, the two lanes that were going this direction wasn't moving for at least didn't move for like 2 hours. And usually our traffic flows, both directions it flows just perfect. I mean, it's fine. It's not back to back, not bumper to bumper. Because at that time of night, usually everybody's going home, or maybe they're coming into third trick. I don't know what people are doing. And I see mostly a lot of truckers. I do see some cars, but we'll see a lot of truckers. But it was a tanker that exploded or something. I don't know what happened. But so then finally, after 2 hours of sitting, we finally got to move. And some of us that were in our cars, we completely turned off our car, turn the car off and turn the lights off just so we don't run our gas and our battery down. And I even got out of the car a couple of times to walk around because I was getting tired of sitting and was starting to hurt my back. So yeah, bumper to bumper traffic is not fun. And for those of you who live in places where they have bumper to bumper traffic, I feel bad for you. I feel sad for you. I only experienced bumper to bumper traffic once or twice in my life, and that was because we were going to Cedar Point and having to. And when you get closer to the park, the more back to back it is. So Anyway, start over. Driving the Southern California freeways during rush hour is a test of true grit, something to be avoided if at all possible. I had deliberately timed my return home from a conference in San Diego to miss the traffic. I was whizzing along, making good time, suddenly coming around the corner that feeds 57 westward onto the 210 freeway. I found myself caught in a hideous backup. Oh, that just happened to me last night. Bother, I thought. Now what? That was me last night. Oh my gosh. By the time I had inched my way around the bend and was driving west, I had my answer. The long line of cars had all slowed down and were crawling along so that their drivers could see one of the most magnificent sunsets I had ever experienced. Well, mine, unfortunately, was not a sunset. Mine was a tremendous truck accident. I mean, when they finally let us go, and they were having to merge 2 lanes of traffic into 1 lane. And even at that, we wasn't even on a true lane. We had what I call like the pullover lane, like the side when if you're getting pulled over, it's like not even a real lane. We were going up. I guess it's called a berm, maybe, I don't know. We were driving up that to go past the accident, and you could see all the cop cars, the fire trucks, the ambulance, the wrecker for the vehicle, what was some debris or rubble or something, and it was still some smolderings there, and just, it was a huge, huge mess. Okay, back to this. Magnificent sunsets I have ever experienced. I joined the drivers who had moved their cars over to the right shoulder, that's the word I was looking for, shoulder, to stop and catch the wonder, mesmerized by the brilliant light that filled the sky with reds and gold and surreal electric pinks. Ooh, that sounds really pretty. I love a good sunrise or a sunset, yes. It didn't last long, probably no more than 5 or 10 minutes. Then came the gray of dusk. As suddenly as we had caught up in the glorious celestial light show, we were once again earthbound. Those of us parked on the shoulder revved our engines, turned our wheels, and jostled our way back onto the rush of the traffic. Ooh, that was something. I didn't think a sunset could get any better than the ones I'd seen over the ocean in Hawaii. Oh, I would love to visit Hawaii. But here in the midst of the stress-filled California rush hour traffic, God splashed a canvas across the sky of such dazzling glory that freeway drivers slowed, pulled over, and bestowed the accolade of a pause that, in our best Hollywood tradition, applauded, "Bravo! How magnificent is your handiwork, Lord God of creation, and how much more will be your glory when I see you face to face." Faye Angus. That was really cool. That was really awesome. Reminding me of last night, but it was still, which was not awesome. But this was really cool. I mean, I'm glad she got to stop and see a sunrise or a sunset. At my work, there are sometimes a couple of us will take pictures of a sunset that's happening outside as we're working, because I work in the evening. So I understand that, because I've seen some really gorgeous sunsets. So, and last but not least, the illustrated words of Jesus for women. September the 18th. Good thoughts. And the verse is, "Why do you entertain evil thoughts in your hearts?" Matthew 9:4. Have you ever had an argument with your husband or a friend? I think we all have. Only the person you were arguing with knew nothing about the disagreement. You know how it goes. you get upset about something and let it roll around in your mind and heart, having private arguments in your mind and always winning those arguments. When evil, selfish thoughts come into your mind, push them out. Keep pleasant and fair thoughts in your heart. Think about things that make you a better person and more loving and helpful to others. I'm going to read that last little part again because I underlined it. Keep pleasant and fair thoughts in your heart. Think about things that make you a better person and more loving and helpful to others. Okay, this bottom part reads, because I circled it, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. Yes. I think we've all been there, done that. We have an argument, with our spouse or friend, and it's festered. We disagree with them. It's festered in our mind, and we're having this argument with them in our mind. But in our argument, we're the ones that's winning, whether we're right or wrong. Especially if we're wrong, then we make it out so we're right and we're winning, even though we know we're wrong and don't want to be wrong. And then when you have the real argument and it doesn't go the way you thought it was going to go, and it makes you even more mad. So we just have to, sometimes you just got to choose your words carefully and don't let it fester up here. If you disagree, it's fine to disagree because you're not always going to agree 100% of the time. So get that fallacy out of your head right now. But, there's a way to go about it without, and even after the disagreement is over, don't keep harping on it. Don't keep talking about it for every day of the week and next month. And once the argument is done, it's done. You've had your out. Everybody's had their say. Each side has had their say, and you're done with that argument. Don't keep pounding after it. Because it's not worth to keep it festering. To keep it going. It's just once the argument is done, it's done. You don't need to keep it going. There's no reason to. But yeah. And I really do hope you guys do appreciate my devotions, and I thank you for putting up with my silliness, and I appreciate you dealing with my not being able to sing, not being able to sing well, because of times that's who I am. Sometimes things remind me of a song, and I just can't break into a song, whether it's a song from church, or it reminds me of a commercial, or it reminds me, like back in the 80s, a lot of shows had theme songs, and sometimes it reminds me a phrase from a theme song. So I just can't. I'm one of the people who just, as soon as it comes to my head, I gotta say it. That's me. That's me. I'm just a silly person. But I'm trying to find them, so bear with me a minute. No, I haven't done any more shopping. What did I do with them? Did I throw them over in my pile already? I think I did. No. Yeah, but I threw them over here in my pile of... I did. I showed you all the little kits. I really do need to get them done. I have quite a zoo. What I'm thinking about doing since we're in the middle of the week. I think I'm going to wait till next week. I think I'm going to, like on my days off. My toes is being really itchy today. I apologize. Or maybe I'll do them in the evening. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I can make it Monday, because these are little itty bitty Dollar Tree projects, you know. And we make these little animal kits together. And you can buy the kits and make them yourselves, or if you want, you can use your own scrap yarns and make them with, and you can still make the same project with me using your own scrap yarns. I need to get them done and out of my room. I still have this whole pile of kits that I have bought in the past that need to get done. I don't know if you guys could see them. Those all need to be done. I have too many. I need to quit buying projects. I have gotten a collection. But I think we all have whips, but that's still not an excuse. But I will also be loom knitting, and I will share projects that I get done. And I just need to get some projects done so I can get the room a little cleaner, a little neater. I also have some oval shaped looms that are used for making scarves and hats, as well as the round looms. I have those crochet surprise boxes that I'm going to be making projects with, which I have showed you before. There's some more projects coming up in the future. I just have a lot of things in the works. So I still crochet. Now, I don't just do devotionals. I still crochet. I still buy yarn. In case y'all were wondering. Yeah. I have some other ideas too, because a couple other channels have inspired me to show a couple other things I've thought about doing. So, this is a long video for me today. For a devotional, this is a long video. This small swatch of yarn has been woven with prayers. As you hold this swatch in your hand, may you feel God's strength, love, and peace flow, and know that He holds you in His hands. May God bless and comfort you in time of need and give you peace. Well, I tell you what, I needed this last night to help give me some peace, because I was frustrated and mad. Although one of my daughters called me last night while I was there, and I was stuck in traffic, and she was like, "Calm down, Mom, breathe." And I was like, "No, I don't want to breathe. I want to be mad." But she just recently became a first responder. She recently became a firefighter, volunteer firefighter. And so she was explaining all the things that they have to do when they come to a scene, and explaining what all has to be done. And it's like, okay, I understand now. But still, I was still mad, and I was like, why is all this other traffic going this direction going, and we're not? We're not moving in this direction. That's what was bugging the heck out of me. But I needed that. I needed to remember to calm, just be patient. I need to learn a lot of patience and I need some peace and some strength last night, because I was tired. I got done with the work, and I was like, I want to go home and go to bed. I didn't get home. Like I said, we sat there in traffic for 2 hours. And I got off work at 9. And so I didn't get home until midnight, until like after midnight. I'm so tired. And I had to run errands this morning. And I got errands to go run this afternoon. It's going to be a long day. So pray for me, folks. Just like I pray for you. And I give you the devotions every day. But I need some help too. With that, I'm going to let you guys go. Y'all have a good day. I love you.